People have this dream that they're going to travel to Bali or Portugal or Puerto Rico and they're going to live on the beach, but then they get there and they're alone and they're depressed. So, how do you bring those people together and give them a community in those places? So I think that there's so many different aspects that if real estate is thought out with this lens of wellness, where it can make a huge impact. Because again, as Nate said, you've got to attack, both the mental and spiritual aspects of wellness as well as just health, um, and getting people together, making human connections, talking things through, finding points of commonality in terms of interest and so on, and then getting people moving, and actually physically better. That's the way to do this, in my view.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially kind of you mentioned post COVID and pre COVID and the shift that happened there.
Yep.
Amar, Nate, any other thoughts on just kind of high level trends that you're seeing in this area?
Yeah, I'll pick up off of some of what Eric said, and agree with his thoughts as well. But maybe one thing to kind of characterize is the health tourism, wellness tourism, hospitality angle intersection of activating mixed use real estate with wellness formats, right? So instead of having traditional office space, having office space that's attracting wellness oriented companies or people because of the other things that are co-located with that space, right? And
Yep. Well said.
and then also doing so in residential or hospitality combinations as well. So you have a wellness hotel, a fitness space, a cold plunge, wellness clinic, a longevity, whatever, all of these things being co-located into a space to activate it and engage, that audience is something that I, seeing a lot of and interested in that sort of approach. And then, the more simplistic hospitality angle is just recognizing the desire and need for more healthy experiences while traveling. I know for me personally, like, it used to be that people would think about going to the beach and relaxing as their healthy vacation, but honestly, they would go there and they would just drink at the bar all day, right? And so I've never been a beach vacation person. I'm like, how can I go somewhere where I'm either, having experiences culturally in a city or outdoors, hiking, doing those sorts of things. And so now there are many groups, in the boutique space, figuring out ways to incorporate the wellness angle to the travel. And so you arrive somewhere and it's all integrated with the ability to have those types of activities and experiences as part of the vacation. So it's actually a wellness experience as opposed to a, relax and party experience.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, Nate.
I can give you one good example of exactly that, Nate, which we're looking at a project that we're working on now, sort of at the MOU stage. You know, one of the things in Southeast Asia is, Southeast Asia is one of the best places in the world to scuba dive. And scuba diving, swimming, ocean sports, surfing, these are vigorous, healthy, get out into the outdoors, move. And people that sort of do these sports tend to turn into very fervent environmentalists because obviously, things like coral reefs, are being deeply affected by climate change and global pollution. So people that get into these kind of sports and activities tend to become very much more concerned, about the wellness of the planet as well. So we're working with a very experienced management group to roll up, consolidate, and improve, scuba-oriented resorts across Southeast Asia. And it's just exactly what you describe. It's, let's create vacations where, people are going to be actively doing something good. They're going to be out in nature. They're going to be appreciating nature more generally. We're going to bring the marine biologists and other experts who can educate them on how important these things are. We're going to bring photographers along to help to create memories of these types of experiences. We're going to try and create an experience that's better, feed them sustainable local, fish and produce,